Welcome back to Weekend Today. Look, apparently it's Victoria versus the rest of Australia as interstate AFL clubs look to shake up the competition. Non-Victorian clubs are reportedly pushing for this best-of-3 grand final series in a bid to reduce the home ground advantage at the mighty MCG. For more on this story, let's bring in today's talkers. We've got Amanda Rose from Western Sydney Women in the studio and Perth commentator Carmen Braidwood. Good morning to you both. Carmen, look, I want to start with you. You're in footy heartland there. The Eagles last won it in 2018. The Dockers haven't really come close, it must be said, your mob. Is it time to shake up the AFL Grand Final?
Yeah, I don't know where these reports have come from, Clint, but maybe it's from the Freo Dockers heartland, because we would love to see a Premiership Cup in Western Australia for the Dockers. And as you quite rightly point out, the record has been dismal, and even since 2018, you know, the record's been a little bit ordinary over at West Coast as well. I mean, I don't want to throw barbs. It'd be stupid and very silly in a two-team town to do that. It's like, you know, career suicide, but it's an incredible thing to have your team win when you're a West Australian. You know, there's something very different to being a Victorian. When I spent time living in Melbourne, you know, you just see footy players everywhere. You know, it's part of the infrastructure. It's normal to have a footy team around. But here in WA, it's a big deal, you know,
So,
and we need the help. And maybe this is what we need.
So, Amanda, non-Victorian teams feel aggrieved because only 2 of the past 17 premierships have been won by non-Victorian teams. Is it a level playing field?
But is that because they're just better?
Well, potentially.
I like the idea, though, of this structure that they're putting forward, because I think it will bring this particular code to more people. I think it will bring interest in different states, because what can happen is when you just think it's a Melbourne, you know, type activity, no one else is interested. It's really hard to get people on board. But really it comes down to the talent of the players.
During the COVID years, my team, Melbourne, won a drought-breaking premiership in Perth, it must be said, because it was a COVID year. So
I don't believe in home ground advantage.
Exactly.
I don't believe in it.
A prominent Sydney architect has been found guilty of, how about this, nipping a neighbour's hydrangeas on 3 separate occasions. Outrage, helping herself to at least 10 flower stems each time from the private garden. She's been fined $450 with her lawyer describing the incidents as a lapse of judgment. OK, Carmen, she left gifts as an apology. Would you accept that?
Maybe start with the gift. What's wrong with asking for permission?
Do
and
that
saying,
before you
how
take the
about...
flowers.
Yeah, there's Buy Nothing groups on Facebook now. She could have gone to the local Buy Nothing and said, anyone got some nice hydrangeas, they'd look good, I'll swap you for something. You know, I just find it quite audacious to steal things from people's gardens.
Oh, really? It's not stealing, is it? Like, Amanda, they say the grass is greener, right? If there's some lemons on a lemon tree which is sort of hanging over the front fence, you can grab one.
No, I think you should still ask. But the point is here, she didn't want to put in the effort to grow her own, but she was happy to reap the benefits of someone else's hard work. That's the issue, right? Someone else has looked after their garden and she's come along, I'm going to reap the benefits of this. And just so blatant. And is this what society's come to? People will be watching that thinking that's okay. It's not okay.
So you haven't been tempted?
No, look, when I was a child, when I was walking to PE once, I took one of those really big plant. I went, oh, this is pretty, and I broke it off, and they chased me down the street. And I never did it again because I was a child, not a grown woman. Come on. Not a grown woman
Carmen,
doing it.
Confession time. You've done it, surely. I've done it.
Oh, look, the fruit thing. I will admit to that. You can walk along and see like a lemon. Oh, that'd be great with dinner tonight, or my G&T, whatever the case may be, right? So you might kind of think, oh, it's just hanging over. But we all know the universal code. If you want something to take something off of your front yard, you put it on the verge, or you put it in a box that says free lemons.
You came prepared. She came prepared to cut them.
She likes her G&Ts. Carmen, Amanda, thanks for your time on Weekend Today. It's 8 a.m. Here are today's top stories.
Breaking news, Melbourne police shooting. 2 women killed, 1 shot by officers in the northeast suburbs. We're live with the investigation.
A moving vigil to honour Samantha Murphy, tears and tributes as we